We're going to connect you to our reporters in Mumbai on the ground in just a few moments. But some incredible scenes from Mumbai. We were hearing about how 20 minutes ago that Raj Thackerays the police van that held Raj Thackeray was being followed by dozens of cars with MNS workers. The streets on the Eastern Express Highway, we should say, lined with hundreds of workers as well. Kamlesh Sutar had been following that police van and is now with us on the phone line. Kamlesh, what are you seeing now?
Well, we are still stuck at the traffic and cops have stopped all vehicular movements at the Priyadashini junction between Chembur and Sion. Raj Thackeray, however, has been taken to the RCF police station. The only van that passed was the police van carrying Raj Thackeray's wife, and other MNS workers have also been stopped at the Priyadashini junction. But behind me, as I can see here, hundreds of cars have stopped. That includes hundreds of MNS workers along with the daily commuters who pass on this road. The vehicular movement that's going out of Mumbai has been completely brought to a standstill. The cops are not allowing any vehicles. There are people standing on both sides of the road. That include MNS workers who are protesting here, shouting against the government. Raj Thackeray is taken to the RCF police station. That's what Raj Thackeray's wife just a while ago, she said that we had Raj Thackeray in his press conference yesterday had assured that his protests are going to be peaceful and does not understand why he has been arrested by the police. MNS workers will continue with their protest.
All right, Kamlesh, as you mentioned, Raj Thackeray saying that he was confused about why he's been arrested. At the same time, there were indications that this would happen if he continued with his protest. There are FIRs against him for the earlier actions of his party workers.
Well, certainly notices were issued to MNS workers since Monday. There were some detentions in different parts of preventive detentions in some part of Mumbai and state. Raj Thackeray, though yesterday the notice was served upon him, it was clearly and categorically told by Mumbai police to Raj Thackeray that he should not indulge into any unlawful activity or he would invite police action. Raj Thackeray in the morning left his house and cops said that this is the violation of the notice that was given to him, and hence he was intercepted and stopped at the Chunabhatti junction. He was told, Raj Thackeray consulted his senior party leaders, in fact his lawyer was also accompanying him. They told that he can protest peacefully, but cops said that they cannot allow, as his protest may lead to a law and order situation, and hence Raj Thackeray was detained, was taken into police van and was subsequently arrested and is now being taken to the RCF police station. Raj Thackeray, while he was taken into the police custody, told his party members not to indulge into any kind of vandalism or violence and not disturb the peace and tranquility of the city. But as we have seen earlier in the past, how Raj Thackeray's arrest has resulted into violent protests across the state. This time, we'll have to wait and watch what reaction does it invite from different parts of the state.
The other side to this, of course, is what the government has been saying all along. They want to avoid that kind of violence that they fear. But at the same time, an appeal from Raj Thackeray, as you said, to try and keep things calm. Is that what we are likely to see, given what we've also witnessed in the past couple of weeks? Kamlesh, if you can hear me?
Yes, if you could just repeat the
Yes, sure. Just want to tell viewers, Kamlesh is in a pretty chaotic place, so sometimes the audio might not get through. But Kamlesh, I was saying, the Maharashtra government fears that there may be violence because of this arrest. They've got police deployed across the state, particularly given what has happened over the past few weeks.
Well, certainly, police are on their toes since day before yesterday, since Monday after Raj Thackeray made announcement of his protest against toll. Several police have been deployed in different parts, particularly in the places that MNS had its stronghold, along with Maharashtra police. SRPF platoons have also been deployed at different parts of the city. At toll plazas, there are even armed policemen deployed at a toll plaza. That was one untowardly incident. Raj Thackeray was also given notices, and there were preventive arrests that were made, preventive detentions, made late last night. MNS workers who were involved in agitations in the past and have been part of such violent protests were detained in Mumbai, Thane, Navi-Mumbai Vashi and other areas. Police were anticipating there could be some problem that if Raj Thackeray goes ahead with his agitation or if he's beaten or arrested, that could lead to a law and order situation. Cops were aware of that But despite that, the state government going ahead and arresting Raj Thackeray. At this point of time, police also have a plan ready to tackle if any situation that comes that arises as a reaction to Raj Thackerays arrest. We'll have to wait and watch what measures they took and how do they control the situation and put check.
All right, Kamlesh, at this stage, we want to play out a soundbite that the Prithviraj Chavan, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, gave to the press just a short while ago following the arrest of Raj Thackeray. Listen in.
था कि उन्होंने समय मांगा है, मैंने समय दिया है, मैं बात करता हूँ। अगर वो आने वाले हैं तो तोड़फोड़ की कोई आवश्यकता नहीं है, लेकिन चुनाव का वर्ष है, राजनीति करना चाहते हैं लोग, लेकिन लोगों की सुविधा ना करें। मैंने कल भी आह्वान किया था, लेकिन मैं समझता हूँ कि बातचीत से मामला हमारे टोल पॉलिसी के बारे में विचार हो रहा है। मैंने पहले सब बात
That was Prithviraj Chavan, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, saying they are creating an inconvenience and also appealing for calm at the same time. Sahil Joshi, our Mumbai Bureau Chief, is with us for more on the story. Sahil, Prithviraj Chavan trying to keep fears or trying to keep any violence at bay right now.
Pierre, I just had a word with Raj Thackeray just before he was detained at Chembur. He told me when he was informed that more than 500 MNS workers have been detained all across Maharashtra. According to him, this has been done to sabotage his agitation. Rather than speaking to him on this issue, the state government used their police force to sabotage his agitation. That's what he was feeling. He also said that if this is a democracy, then his agitation will continue till the time there is no proper policy for toll collection in Maharashtra. But at this point of time, what we are hearing is that he has been taken to the RCF police station in Chembur. This is a breaking news we are giving right now. He has been taken to the RCF police station in Chembur. Raj Thackeray and two of his MLAs have been taken there. The rest of his supporters have been stopped at Sion. No other person from MNS has been taken to RCF. He has been completely declined to anyone at this point of time. He has been detached from his supporters, and he, along with his two, have been taken to RCF police station at Chembur at this point of time. In a while, we'll be playing up his visuals as well, where he has been taken at this point of time. But the whole issue has been now getting momentum as Raj Thackeray wants it. Obviously, the opposition parties like Shiv Sena are not happy with this. According to them, it's a fixed match between the Congress NCP government and MNS, as they did it in 2008.
Sorry, Sal, I was just going to actually come to that point because we're seeing a replay of what happened 4 or 5 years ago. This can't be good news for his cousin.
Absolutely. We can see the editorial which was written yesterday in Shiv Sena's mouthpiece Samna. What Shiv Sena was trying to imply is that this is a fixed match between Congress NCP government and MNS, as we could see in 2008 because of MNS's agitation and Raj Thackeray's arrest. MNS got quite a big popularity in Maharashtra, and because of their candidates in Lok Sabha elections, around 11 seats was lost by Shiv Sena BJP alliance. And I think that even this time, when they were hoping to better their tally during Lok Sabha elections, Raj Thackeray is deliberately doing this agitation. And yes, according to them, Congress NCP government is supporting them.
If we have Kamlesh Sutar still with us, or we don't have Kamlesh Sutar with us, Sahil, I want to come back to you on we seem to have lost Sahil Joshi as well. Do we have any reporters with us? We don't have reporters with us. All right. We're going to try and get you connected to our reporters on the ground as soon as we can. But right now, visuals from about 30 minutes ago where Raj Thackeray was stopped. His Mercedes, as you can see, stopped by police over there. He was then asked to get into a police van, detained at that point. The police van was en route to the police station in Chembur when we got word that he had then been placed in preventive custody to prevent any potential violence or acts of vandalism that his supporters certainly have been committing over the past few weeks. Remember, Raj Thackeray wants the Maharashtra government to, in his words, be more transparent about how toll taxes are collected across state highways. This morning, about 300 party workers from the MNS were detained by police across the state after they tried to block highways, pelt stones at toll booths, and also damage truck tires to block those roads. You can see one MNS worker at least over there waving the party's flag as traffic lined up behind on that Eastern Express Highway in Mumbai. All right, let's listen once again to what Prithviraj Chavan, the Maharashtra Chief Minister, had to say just a few moments after Raj Thackeray's arrest.